Manchester United then have drawn 0-0 at home to West Ham. An absolutely fucking horseshit performance again from Manchester United. Absolutely awful. That is shocking again. The same shit we've seen in recent weeks. We put out a decent lineup again without Wayne Rooney, which most people wanted to see. My only real concern was Marouane Fellaini coming in. I wanted to see Memphis Depay start. And when he come on, he did do a decent job. It was late on and we were trying to push for a winner, but really disappointing there from Manchester United. And I'm sorry, but Louis van Gaal, you've got to start taking the blame. I think that's like 5 in the last 9 games or some dog shit like that. We've drawn 0-0. This is just not acceptable anymore from Manchester United. I'm sorry, 1 or 2, of these games you can have it where teams defend really well and you can't break them down. But this is happening week after week after week. And there on the commentary they're saying, wow, good defending again. A few weeks ago they were saying the same at Crystal Palace, against Middlesbrough. All these teams, they're saying, wow, what the defence, such a great defence. But it's Manchester United's horseshit play that's the problem. All the time the defenders for the opposition are the man of the match, because Manchester United are just not doing enough. We were absolutely awful again. Nothing has changed in weeks. I said in my preview that I thought we might just nick this one, sort of 1-0, maybe 2-1. But I said I wasn't surprised if we drew it or even lost this game, and we should have actually lost this game. David Hare in the first half pulled off a great save from Victor Moses. One-on-one, they've hit the post a couple of times. They've had about 4 or 5 good chances. Second half, they've squandered a great chance where they should have scored. And we've had very few chances in this game. And at Manchester United, if we don't take our fucking chances, then we don't score, because we're having 1 or 2 chances per game. At clubs like Arsenal and City, if they get chance after chance most weeks, especially at home, and eventually they're going to take one. But we're getting sort of 2 or 3 a game, and we have to take all the chances, or we don't win a game. It's just absolutely ridiculous. I'm sorry, but I'm really am pissed off now with this. It's just not good enough from Manchester United. We're Manchester United. We shouldn't be playing this horseshit football week after week after week, especially with the amount of funds that Louis van Gaal had to spend. I'm seeing in the papers yesterday that this club wants to spend big again in January. He's had flipping hundreds of millions of pounds to spend on players. He's bought Anthony Martial for what, nearly 40 million quid, which could rise to nearly 60 million quid. He's bought Memphis Depay for 25. He's bought Angel Di Maria, who is fucked off to Paris. It's just not good enough. He's had so much funds to spend. He's got no excuse why we're not scoring goals. I'm sorry, we could spend big in January, but I just do not see that this is going to change the problem. There's talks of obviously Jamie Vardy coming in, but if we bring in someone the likes of Jamie Vardy, the same shit is going to happen, because Leicester City play really fast attacking football on the counter-attack. Manchester United are absolutely dog shit at football at the moment, and I just don't think if we bring someone in of that calibre, he's going to bang in the goals at Manchester United. I really don't. I think if we're going to go out, we're going to have to spend big on a world-class centre-forward, which there's not many out there. To be honest, I really don't know who Manchester United could get that's really proven at this moment in time. He's opted obviously to go for Anthony Martial in the summer, who had only scored 9 goals in French football in the league last season, which obviously he was relying on Wayne Rooney to bang in a lot of goals. Wayne Rooney's been poor, but I still blame a lot of it on the system. You know, Wayne Rooney has been below par, definitely really below par. But I said before, a few times before, when people keep saying, take Wayne Rooney out the team, you've got to take him out the team, he's been absolutely horseshit. And yes, I did actually say take him out the team for this, but I said bring Memphis Depay in, who actually has been pretty poor himself this season. Personally, I blame him the style of play and the tactics of Louis van Gaal for that. But instead, he brings in fucking Marouane Fellaini, who isn't good enough for Manchester United. Could have actually had a goal today, had probably one of our best chances, but isn't good enough. You end up playing a load of fucking long balls most games, just isn't good enough. He's picked, again, Jesse Lingard, who I personally wouldn't really, I don't think he should be starting every week for Manchester United. We've spent 25 to 30 million pounds on Memphis Depay, and he's playing a player who I just don't think that's good enough for Manchester United starting 11. Good squad player, Jesse Lingard, don't get me wrong, but not good enough for Manchester United to be starting week after week. But, you know, we've had another couple of really stupid injuries again today, with Paddy McNair going off and Morgan Schneiderlin going off, which is a real disappointment because certainly at the back, we're really light at the back. God knows where we go from here. We've got Wolfsburg in the Champions League. Personally, I can't see things improving for that. I'm just really hoping that PSV fuck up at home to CSKA Moscow. Can't really see that happening, but I'm absolutely furious that this keeps happening. And to be honest, I just don't see things changing. You know, we're barely in the top four. We might not even, at this rate, we're not even going to make the top four because Liverpool have got Newcastle tomorrow, which they should really beat them because Liverpool are playing a lot better now. They've sat that dopey Brendan Rodgers. And they're only going to be a few points behind us. You know, I think Tottenham have drawn today. Arsenal have won. Leicester have won. So they're gone clear of us. It's going to be real tight to even finish in the top four this season for Manchester United, playing this horseshit football. I just do not know where we go from here. Personally, I think the manager's got to take the blame, and I don't think it's going to change until Louis van Gaal gets the sack. Which personally, I would give him the boot in the summer. I'm just fed up with this. Unless things do really get any worse and we fall outside the top four, then we will have to keep him until the end of the summer. But personally, I've just actually had enough. I've said most of the time that I think the jury is still out for Louis van Gaal, but to be honest, things just aren't getting any better after he spent all this money, and the football's actually got worse from last season. You know, last season we did have some better games and a few at the start of this season, but the last 10, 12 games have really been dire for Manchester United. We've barely won games. I mean, the only two we've won recently are Watford and West Brom. Watford we won by an own goal in the last minute, and that West Brom game, one penalty and a hit and hope from Jesse Lingard. Just not good enough. Them two games, we could have both drawn them games. Really not good enough. Anyway, I'm so fucking annoyed. I'm going to go now. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on the horrendous